Well, we're back. Got rid of the GoPro, just not gonna use it. I find the video, especially low light, to be just trash. So I'm gonna use my iPhone. I mean, that's why these things have 4K cameras, right? So anyways, today's little project is a different one, slightly unusual. I thought I had a boost leak last time I drove the car. It was kind of unusual where I can like give it part throttle and I get full boost, but then if I just kind of like pressed on it at low RPM, just like full throttle, it would just take a while to kind of go. And since it was really it was like an intermittent boost leak, what we thought, at least me talking to Roberto, what I thought it was ended up being the blow-off valve. So I'm not sure if it's the blow-off valves yet, but we're going to attempt to swap them over and see if that solves it. And I got quite a little setup here, so I'm going to show you. So what we have here is a bit of a hodgepodge of parts. This might look a little unusual. I'll explain. What you have here is two of the HKS SSQV, so the super sequential blow-off valves. These are probably the best blow-off valves available. They never leak. They go to fucking insane boost levels. This is the bone stock blow-off valve mount. So typically here you have two of the OEM blow-off valves. They recirc. They go just behind the intercooler and they go back to the intake. So I want the recirculation set up there. I don't want the loud, insane noise that comes with these things. I mean, it's just crazy. So I used to have on my 240, I had one of these, and it's loud, it's fun, everyone can hear you, blah, 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 but I'm 35, so that's just not the thing to do. So piecing together a recirculation kit for these blow-off valves is really difficult. I ordered the largest inserts I could find. They were 29 millimeter. Those have been installed, you can see here. So I removed the caps, swapped the insert for this, put them on, and then obviously the next issue is you can't find a 29 millimeter to 40 mil reducer to hook it up to the stock recirculation. So I had to get a little creative, as we'll call it. Wrapping these in duct tape, I was able to kind of bridge the gap between the 32 millimeter on the reducer side and the 29 that comes with the metallic insert. So through that, these things both fit now. So step one is going to be installing these. Step two is obviously going to be installing the recirc coupler here, which goes on the inside, goes there. And this one here as well. Obviously this one is way long, so I'm going to pull the old one off and then measure and cut how far I need to the 40 mil side and to the 32 mil side. So that's the gist of it. Went and bought new vacuum line because they were basically burned on to the tips and everything, so I had to cut everything off. These are reducers slash filters, I believe. So I'm gonna hook those up too and try to plumb this all in. So, all right, let's get started. All right, we're down here in the lab. First step of this whole process is to remove the front lip. To remove the front lip though, I have to remove the brake duct. So all that starts from underneath with this guy. So let's give it a whirl. People really call me OCD, but I made sure this car has every single cover underneath it. Engine cover, front brake ducts, front fender liners, the whole fucking lot. So the only problem with having all of this on here, see I've been ripping at the front lip a little bit. Only issue is that means I have like 30,000 bolts to remove to take off this one duct. So here we go. There you have it. Brake duct is out. 6 bolts, all 10 mils. Particularly, that's the worst one. This might be the worst bolt on the entire car, in my opinion. It's like super, super long. It goes through the front lip and the duct and hits a wing nut in the bumper. It's just, you can't reach it with a socket straight down. You have to sit there and put like a little mini 1/4" 10 inside the front leg to get to it. So just because I'm a masochist, I leave that one on. So quick update on progress. I've removed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bolts, and I'm not even halfway done removing the inner fender liner on this side. So we'll return to you back in about 15 minutes. Bye. All right, we're kind of in business now, kinda. So on the inside of the fender, we have, let's see how many left. 1, 2, 3 push pins left. And then it basically pulls inboard and then down, and it should pop out. Should pop out. Let's see how this goes. And also, it's funny, Aki, who runs R33 GT, I think it's R33 GT-R.com. I was looking through his old posts on blow valves, and I saw that he had the exact same problem here, where basically his wheel, because where it touches, it freaking rubs through the fender liner as expected because we're running big wheels, but it actually punches a hole, but it punches a hole because there's a bolt directly behind it in that exact spot. So the bolt punches the hole through and then it sticks out. Kind of funny. So that's how you get that little hole set up. But anyway, pull this fender liner off now. Oh, it's magic. This thing's actually a pain in the ass to pull out. You have to really like wedge the bumper, pull the bumper out pretty violently, we'll call it, to get access to all of this. Annoying. You can kind of see the stock blow-off valve setup here, so we'll start going through it. Manifold, right, which is missing a bolt. Might have one upstairs that'll fit. Has a little side bracket here that holds it onto the body. 2 blow-off valves, that's the outer one, inner one's in there. And then if we get underneath, you can see the recirculation equipment. So both blow-off valves feed into a convergent dump tube. That tube goes there with a coupler. It's connected to a plastic pipe, and the plastic pipe snakes right behind the intercooler all the way to the intake side. That plastic pipe, funny enough, fits perfectly, just like millimeters to spare behind the HKS intercooler, which takes up a lot more room. The HKS is much wider. So, pretty insane. Works really well, the way it all fits. But now I got to start pulling all this out. So, let's go. Okay, so let me explain how to remove this. Normally 2 bolts here, and then, except one's missing on my car for whatever reason. Go figure. Not focusing well there. And then right here on, let me see, right under there, that's the forward leg and the 3rd bolt that holds in the blow-off valves. So I'm gonna do that one first with a wrench, box end. I have a ratcheting wrench, and then the back 2, and then start loosening all the couplers, and that should get us where we want to go. So let's go. All right, I got it wiggling. See, it's moving. We're almost out. All these damn band clamps are rusted. They were all brand new when I built the car, which was like a year ago. So well, they say made in the USA. They're definitely not stainless for what it's worth. So I need to get some new ones. I think the only thing holding it in are these 2 vacuum lines. I'm gonna pull them. Joe, we did it.
We did it, Joe.
Yeah, we did it. Pulled it out. Just had to wiggle it. Good thing none of this was too super crusty, because obviously I just built it less than 2 years ago, so not too bad. All right, let's examine. All right, I thought it would be nice to show everything from the inside or the underside. So the blow-off valves divert from there, from that pipe. That's where they sit. That's the blow-off valve cradle. and then the blow valves plumb into that, which is the recirculation pipe. You can see running all the way to the left-hand side of the car. I was checking the couplers on the intercooler. Everything looks hunky-dory except for this one coupler. It looks like this is slipped slightly, so I'm gonna wedge that back on, and then I'm gonna proceed to place the two, or swap the blow valve ancillary parts right now. All right, now it's time to remove all of the couplers and miscellaneous bits off the stock blow valves and transfer them to the HKS. Let's go. Well, look at us. Who would have thought?
Look at us. Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
All right, we're almost there. First reducer, or expander, I guess we'd call it, going from small to big. Fits perfectly, same size, very nice. So now we got one more to do. So the original one, 45-degree bend goes there, right? But pipe's way too big, it's 40 mil. So I have my reducer coupler here, which is oversized, of course, same bend, and I'm going to trim this one to that size. Then we're gonna place it there. All right, here we are on the operating room floor. Just gonna measure this up, try to match the full length of the coupler. It does look like it's symmetrical, doesn't it? Yeah, it's pretty close to a 45-degree, it'll work. So just sit here, put it at the center of the radius, yeah, about there, and I'm just gonna cut it. So I can't hold my camera and cut at the same time, so you'll see the result. All right, so the results are fairly decent. If you place this one on top of there, let me pull up a bit. You see they're about the exact same length, bend in the middle. This side going on the blow valve, that side going to the recirculation pipe. So now to mock it all up and see if it fits really in real life. What an absolutely glorious piece of equipment. Oh, you think Tommy Fiat could have done that? Could have figured all that out? Probably not. Anyway, so because there was no actual recirc kit for the HKS super sequential blow-off valves on this car, and because I'm an HKS 4, I decided to make one. So this is what adulting looks like. Instead of dumping to atmosphere, we're recirculating. We're still getting the performance that we want. Good blow-off valves that aren't going to leak at 25 psi, and yeah, nice installation. So time to put everything back together. Let's go. All right, everything's cranked, everything's tight. The only bolt I can't seem to get in, I think it's because the blow-off valve bracket is screwed, is that one. It goes to this middle part, but the two on the backside are in. So I'm taking that as a dub since there was only two there to start with, this one and one on the backside. So, all right, now I'm gonna put everything back together, connect the vacuum lines, and let's go. All right, we're all buttoned up. The last thing to put on is the wheel. Everything fits really tight under here. When I was putting the brake cooling duct right there back on the fender liner, it was like hanging really low. I had to kind of like push it up, and I can realize that the recirculation pipe is like pressing low on it, and that could be just because I measured some of the tubes that go into the blow-off valve system a little too long, maybe, you know, a couple millimeters, but that's just enough because there's really not a lot of clearance in here. Very tight package. So put the wheel on and we'll give it a start, and yeah, there we are. Yo, I am exhausted, but surgery is complete. So everything's together, looks really nice. Just about to start the car for the first time. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm on a map sensor anyway, so it'll run one way or another. But yeah. Oh, bonus content. Bonus content is putting these Yelly Grex filters in my HKS 150mm pods, because HKS doesn't sell the small yellow ones anymore. I think they still have 200s for the larger filter, but not the 150. So bonus, engine bay, beautiful. Yep, yellow is definitely the way to go. Come on, let's be real here. Yeah, this is proof that HKS is definitely tripping by not selling the yellow filters anymore. Yeah, much better. All right, that's what we're calling period correct. I like it. Hot. Hot like fire. The only HKS pipe I don't have on this car really is the whatever the damn twin turbo pipe. Probably the last thing I buy. Yeah. All right. Until next time. We're out. Peace.
I just want the rolling with the white face. I just put my lawyer on.